The Notebook, the musical. Get your tissues handy. There will be tears. It opened to a packed house last night, and the award-winning show has several San Diego connections. Joining us right now, one of those connections, Jordi Bertrand Ramirez, San Diego native and cast members. Jordi, how are you?
I'm doing very well.
Good to see you. I appreciate that you brought me this.
Of
course. It is a small little tissue box from the note, but it's the Notebook. You probably need one for each eye.
Yeah.
Give me a little history because your hometown, this is where you grew up, this is your hometown, and you're performing last night to a packed house. What is that feeling like?
Well, what's funny is that I actually didn't do the show last night because as a big San Diego native, lover of San Diego, yesterday morning my castmate Kyle and I went surfing, and I got stung by a stingray.
Stop
yesterday morning. So it was a very San Diego experience. So I was out of the show last night, but will be in the show tonight.
What a story!
It
Are you kidding me?
A very quintessential San Diego experience.
Unbelievable. But you must be so proud. You saw the crowd. I mean, it's packed. And the show is super popular, and you're excited about doing that tonight. Tell us about the role you play and what you can about the Notebook. There are some people who still don't know the story, and I don't know who they are, but tell us about your character.
Yeah, so I play Finn, who is the best friend of Noah, and they grew up together, and they are very, very tight-knit. Yeah. And Finn is someone who tries to be the realist to Noah's romantic, and as his relationship with Allie progresses, he's the voice of reason, for better or for worse. And you'll have to find out what that means when you see the show. Yeah.
Noah's a hopeless romantic. I mean, bro is like, make people look bad romantic.
Well,
you know what I mean?
his kind of love is, I think, the kind of love people aspire to have more today, that kind of everlasting romance.
We were talking earlier if you had seen the movie, and it's interesting. You were like, you kind of waited, you wanted to get a little older.
Yeah.
But you've seen the movie, and when you see something like that, how does it translate? First of all, what did you think? And how does that translate into a musical?
I mean, what did I think? Is an incredible film. Not only is it moving, but it's so grounded. And the two of them, Rachel and Ryan, are unbelievable actors that anyone wants to aspire to perform like. As a musical, what it does is it builds upon the ideas that are present in the novel and in the film. But with the addition of music, you have this opportunity to explore the inner life of the characters in a way that you can't necessarily in a novel or in a film. And so what you're watching is 3 different ages of those 2 characters. You have a younger Noah and a younger Allie, middle and older, and you get to explore them more deeply throughout their lives. And with the use of Ingrid Michaelson's incredible score, you have the opportunity to explore what it is they're feeling throughout the course of the entire show.
And the movie itself is so emotional. The story, the book is so emotional. And the music, you mentioned the score is just so beautiful, and it connects so perfectly that, like, it really multiplies. I mean, were you seeing people with because there are tears.
We definitely have some tears, and we do sign them too. People bring them to the stage door to get them signed. But what is so special about the musical is that it highlights, yes, the kind of heartbreaking and also uplifting emotions that come with that kind of romance. But at the same time, the show is so funny and so touching in this kind of very uplifting way at the same time. There's an excellent kind of balance between the kind of humor and also the kind of heartstring pulling moments.
I love it. So I heard the director of the show, the costume designer, are both UC San Diego graduates. I'm glad they didn't go surfing with you to get stung by it. But you guys kind of taking over the cast, and this is how you roll in San Diego. This is where you need to go.
I've been planning a couple of excursions, one of which ended up with a mishap, I will say, but I'm taking folks to La Jolla, to the Cove, taking folks to Balboa Park. I am taking a couple of people to Legoland, which is a quintessential childhood experience as a San Diego native. But yeah, it's a city that I'm so proud to be I'm so proud to have grown up here, and I'm just so grateful to be able to show people around.
I always love to, you started, what age did you start doing theater and you know that this is what you want to do?
The first play that I did was in elementary school, maybe 1st or 2nd grade.
Oh, wow.
And the first time I did it where I kind of snapped into gear was probably like 4th, 5th grade when I really realized that it was something that I wanted to do.
Since you grew up here, is there like a mentor or a teacher that really helped you? Because there's always that one teacher.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody want to shout out? I don't know. Whatever.
Oh, I would say definitely there's 2 people. Mrs. Schramm, who was my social studies teacher in 7th grade, and she also taught film to 7th and 8th graders, was incredible. And then Dr. Rosenwong was my literature teacher in high school and was so seminal to my growth as an artist and as a person.
So, you know, when teachers hear that, they must love that from a former student.
Well, we'll have to see.
You know, doing big things. You live in New York now, which is super cool.
I do.
What part of the city?
Yeah. Oh, right now I'm living in Clinton Hill.
Look.
Yeah, in Brooklyn. Loving it.
Look at this guy.
Beautiful. Best
Brooklyn.
neighborhood. Yeah.
Very, very impressive. The Notebook, the musical, and you will be in it tonight. No more, no more stunts.
Yeah, no more stingrays. Yeah, no
you riding an e-bike, whatever.
Exactly.
Okay. Broadway San Diego is tonight through Sunday at the San Diego Civic Theater in downtown. Jordy, we thank you. Continued success, young man. Keep up the great work.